What if I told you trucking is turning into the Hunger Games and the little guys are running out of arrows? Stick around for trucking news and a chance to have your say in how the odds are ever in your favor. Howdy ho and greetings, truck lovers and truth seekers. The President of the United States of Trucking coming at you yet again with another informative journal into trucking news. Coming to you from the headquarters, Truth in Broadcasting Central Command, with a skill of communication granted by God Himself to help you watching learn that there's always a way to make trucking great again. To the current subscribers watching, welcome back. Glad you're here. If you're new here, I'm Boss Man, 13-year full-time veteran of the trucking industry, making the dream a reality and passionate about giving back to others, allowing you a voice to make trucking great again. So let's get started with the latest from today's edition of the Journal. Folks, let's start with a big headline here. Kenan Advantage Group, the Ohio-based giant in tank trucking, just added two more companies to its growing empire. PRM Trucking and XBL Holdings are now part of the KAG family, bringing along their fleets, drivers, and expertise in dry bulk and industrial packaging. This comes on the heels of acquisitions like Transvac, Northern Dry Bulk, Florida Food Tankers earlier this year. PRM Trucking specializes in Midwest dry bulk transport with its fleet of 39 tractors and 91 trailers, while XBL Holdings out of Texas brings 186 tractors, 365 trailers, and a foothold in the industrial gas construction services. Folks, this isn't just growth. This is a chess game. Kenan isn't the only player making waves. Schneider National is out there making moves too, grabbing up M&M Transport Services in August and Cowan Trucking recently. Prime Trucking, well, they're getting cozy with Trans Am and what they're calling a strategic alliance. Is this just a wave of companies building out dedicated operations? Or is this the beginning of a great consolidation, what I like to call? Are the big players swallowing up the small carriers? And if so, what does that mean for independent operators and regional carriers and the future of competition? When Kenan Advantage talks about solidifying their entrance into niche markets, and Schneider touts how their acquisitions are immediately accretive to earnings, it's all business speak. But what does this mean for you? Let me know in the comments below. I'd be interested to hear your take on these latest acquisitions. If you have ideas for future stories, thoughts on current stories, or just a question about trucking that relates to news overall, send me an email to bossman at thatstruckingnews@outlook.com. And be sure and keep tuned in to truckincitymedia.com and look for an answer coming soon. Let's dive into this. In the wake of this recession, as the dust begins to settle, the trucking industry is undergoing a transformation that is as silent as it is profound. What's even more shocking is it seems like really no one's noticing what's going on. You'd think that after the economic upheaval we've just been through, the trucking world would be breathing a sigh of relief. But instead, what we're seeing is a wave of consolidations that's flying under the radar. Just think about it. Kenan Advantage has acquired PRM, XBL Holdings, and other companies in rapid succession. Schneider, fresh off the deal with M&M Transport, is now poised to acquire more players in the dedicated fleet game. And Prime's partnership with Trans Am, well, that singles yet another reshaping of the landscape. I know we're only talking about three minor companies, but when things happen in rapid succession, one has to stop and ask why. Why is it no one's asking the obvious question? What does this mean for the future of trucking, especially for the smaller players like you and me? With the rise of mega corporations absorbing smaller fleets, it's hard to ignore the signs. And yet, here we are, watching it unfold in real time with very little debate or awareness about the long-term consequences even being discussed remotely on mainstream media. Are we inching closer to a time when the trucking world will no longer be a place for independent drivers? The silence surrounding this wave of consolidation is really deafening. Media outlets seem too focused on short term gains to ask the critical questions. And so the narrative continues. The bigger the players grow, the smaller we become, and the very lifeblood of the American trucking landscape is left to wonder, are arrows going to continue flying? So here's a prophetic question. As the giants in trucking continue to grow, what happens to individuals like you and me? Will we become the last remaining independent warriors in a corporately dominated landscape? Or will they simply be swallowed up by the machine? We're going to have a healthy debate, and we're going to see what the common thought behind this maneuvering is now on a show I call Truckin' Frontlines every Saturday at 7 o'clock. You're welcome to join and become part of getting your voice out and being heard in trucking. Go down below, subscribe today, and turn the notifications on for a Saturday show at 7 o'clock that's liable to be learning, earning, and putting you in touch with information you need to help make trucking great again. Don't forget to like this broadcast. Remember, it's the trucks that make the deliveries, but it's you that make the difference. Till the next broadcast, friends, remember this. No matter what goes against you, keep it real, keep the faith, and definitely keep it rolling.